Hi everybody, we are working today on adding one more step to our adding and subtracting of fractions, and now we're going to add and subtract mixed numbers. I'd like you to start by copying down these steps, and please refer back to these steps as we go through each problem in question. You'll only get to use this on the quiz, not the test. So we are going to start with an easy one where the denominators are the same. So in this case, you just simply add straight down. 1/3 plus 1/3 is 2/3. 4 plus 2 is 6. So your final answer is 6 2/3. Easy peasy. Try these next two. This next one, and then we'll do number 3 together. So pause the video, do number 2, and then unpause. Okay, so let's look at number 3. In this case, we do have to find that common denominator. So if I look at this one, I see that the lowest common multiple is going to be a 20. So when I do that, I always write what I'm multiplying it by, because sometimes you can accidentally multiply the bottom one by 5 rather than 4. Remember, the top is by 5, so 3 times 5 is 15. And the bottom is by 4. 1 times 4 is 4. So I end up with 19 over 20th. That cannot be reduced. And I always get to the number 4, simplify if possible. And if this ends up being an improper fraction, you've got to do a little bit more with it. Let's try number 4 together. I'd like you to do what I call the arithmetic, find that lowest common denominator, add it up, and we'll figure it out from there. All right, so for number 4, what I did was I multiplied it out so that we had the common denominator of 20/4. So I got 20 24ths minus 3 24ths equals 17 24ths, and now I need to subtract. It's easy to forget that whole number, and that is 7 17 24ths. I want to demonstrate what I did for number 5. I don't believe this will be on many of the questions, but I wanted to show you what happens when you get to a certain point. We had 9/12, and then we're going to subtract 11/12 from it. Well, if I have 9 of something, doesn't matter what they are, dogs or 12s, if I only have 9 of them, I cannot take 11 away. So watch what I did here. I just regrouped it. I took 1 away from the whole, and I changed that whole into a fancy form of 1, and I added it to the 9/12. So I got 21/12. And then I subtracted the 11/12 from it. I got 10/12, which reduces to 5/6. I can see that 1 minus 1 would be 0. So my final answer reduced will be the 5/6. The other kind of answer you might get is you might end up with a sum that equals 3 7/4. If the numerator is bigger than the denominator, you know you can pull another 1 out of it. So here I know it's going to go up to a 4, and then I'm going to have 3/4 left over. In this case, I would have 2 and 9/7, but I can pull another. There's 7/7 in 9/7, so I can pull a 1 out of there. So that would mean that it was a 3 with 2 leftovers. 3 2/7 would be your final answer. So if it says write the mixed number in simplest form, and you look at this and say, well, I can't reduce 7/4. Wait a minute, is the numerator bigger than the denominator? This will sometimes happen when you are adding your fractions and the numerator does end up going over the top of what the denominator is. So be on the lookout for that. That's the trickiest part of the assignment. I threw in number 5 as just a little bit of a challenge. We will be doing more with that in the upcoming lesson for 6.5. Please come see me if you have any questions. There should be other videos available for you to watch as well.